Okay, we got a good one for you today. We're talking Hulk Hogan, the flagship of the WWF, not this WWE shit. He was a hero to dorks everywhere in the 80s and 90s.
Yep.
Marketed as the ultimate family man. He starred in the Oscar-winning movie Muppets in Space.
It's wrestling legend Hollywood Hulk Hogan?
Had roles in Rocky III, his own children's cartoon, and if that's not enough, he pronounces the N-word with a hard R.
Oh.
Brother! Picture that. Just picture it in your head. Honestly. And if you can't, go into a room right now, shut the door, make sure nobody can hear you, and just say it out loud a couple times. Honestly, you're allowed. It's for science. If that doesn't make the hair on the back of your neck stand up, keep that shit to yourself.
Ooh.
And don't make the same mistake I made. Close the window.
That's right. We're going to cover the life and death of Hulk Hogan. There's the steroid use, the infamous sex tape, and we're going to discuss what exactly did happen between him and his daughter, Brooke.
And we're going to ask the ultimate question. Do we like Hogan, or are we glad he's dead?
It's getting worse every day.
He was born Terry Gene Bollea. He was the most famous pro wrestler of the 80s and 90s and the face of WWF's rock and wrestling boom. He just died this week at the age of 71 in Florida. It's now been released that he died of a heart attack.
Can't say I'm surprised. Honestly, it's a miracle this guy lived to 71 with the amount of steroids he must have taken in his lifetime.
So true.
Just like Schwarzenegger, who's had like 1 million heart surgeries.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that from the steroid use.
If you don't know, don't do steroids. It fucks your heart up.
Really?
I'm not a doctor, but your heart is a muscle. When you take steroids, it fucks your heart up.
Yeah, so it's like growing your heart like it's growing your muscles.
Something
must
like
do
that.
some
I don't know what it is, but all these
Yikes.
guys that do steroids when they're young, heart attack.
Yikes.
Heart attack, heart attack, heart attack. Every one of them.
Well, it was also just disclosed that he was also suffering from leukemia.
Well, that's weird. He must have been hiding that.
He definitely did not look very good in the last pictures I saw of him a few weeks before he died.
Remember at the last, well, not the last, but one of the mega events he was at, he's like, Hulk Hogan! And he goes to rip his shirt off and he can't even rip his own shirt off anymore. And you know it's a fake shirt.
Yeah, it was a
It's
prop.
designed to rip and he's still like struggling.
Oh, no.
Like, oh no, man.
I'm sure your fans would have loved you without having to do the rip off. Like,
They probably would have liked you more if you weren't at a mega event. Not that we're gonna try not to talk about
yeah,
that.
we're trying not to talk about that. We're still right off the top.
We just can't
Can't
stay
help
away from the MAGA.
Well, there was no denying he was a pop culture icon. It was Hulkamania, everything. I wasn't into it, but because I had 2 younger brothers, I was forced to watch wrestling all the time. It was so annoying.
Hated wrestling.
Yeah.
I never liked it either. I never understood how people could get into it.
I know, or
It's-
call it a sport.
It's so fake.
Yeah.
It's just like religion. Like, I could never get into it. I went to a Catholic school. I didn't choose that school. My parents put me in it. I remember learning about Noah's Ark and how they had one of every animal on the entire planet on this same boat.
Yeah.
And I'm 6 and I'm going, no, there's no way that happened.
God.
And again, I'm sitting there going, no,
Happened.
no. You're saying he walked on what? No, none of this is true. And then I would watch the WWF and it's just so fake. I couldn't even buy into it.
I know. It's like the soap opera.
Well,
for
they would
boys.
they would pretend to punch each other. Sometimes you'd see like 4 inches of space between the fist and their heads would be cocking back. And I'm like, who's into this? I had a bunch of friends that liked the WWF. And so, you know, I had to go along and watch the crap. I will say, if I had to pick a favorite, it was The Ultimate Warrior.
Why should he run to the ring and save Hogan?
I don't remember him. I liked The Undertaker. I remember always like, you know, he was like spooky and there was the scary music.
I
when
liked
he
him
walked
too
out.
because he never spoke.
Yeah.
He just came out and he was all dark.
Scary died.
Everything was about death. He had the organ, like the creepy organ music playing.
I was not smart enough to identify that it was very fake because I have this memory. I have no idea how old I was, but I have this specific memory of some big cage match that Hulk Hogan was in. I want to say it was like with a cop, like a guy that dressed like a cop or
The
something.
Big Boss Man.
Maybe. I don't remember that name, but.
He carried a cop like a nightstick and all that crap.
Okay, then that could be him.
Kind of looked like me. Had a mustache and aviators, except he was a lot bigger.
Okay, this is all coming back to me. Yeah, that was totally who he was fighting. And it was a cage match, and I just remember like having to watch it because all the boys were watching it, and at one point he got like a chair to the face or something, Hulk, and he had like all this blood, and he just had these like big baby blue eyes, and I was like started crying because I felt so bad for Hulk.
Of the champion, choking him down. Come on. There may be no rules, but this is ridiculous.
Funny thing is, and this is something I learned later in life, but even though the fights were fake and it was all staged and they were just sticking to a script, the physical damage that these guys were taking was very real. So at least there's that.
Yeah.
You can't call
Deny
them
that.
pussies or anything like that. They were still getting their asses kicked and destroying their bodies, for their art. So that's respectable,
Yeah,
at least.
so that reminds me of something that I learned. Apparently, in 1986, Jesse Ventura actually tried to unionize the WWF talent, and Hogan later admitted that he went and tipped off was it McMahon?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Vince McMahon to go and try to make all their efforts collapse. And this was like devastating because so many of these guys destroy their bodies and they have no employer health insurance, no pension. They would be forced to be independent contractors. And remember that movie, The Wrestler? Like that really tapped into everything that was going around. So a lot of people consider Hulk Hogan to be a POS for that and destroying like so many and affecting so many of his like colleagues' lives that weren't as big and rich and famous as him.
See, I didn't like him because of his role in Rocky 3.
Oh, I totally forgot he was in Rocky 3 until
not because I didn't like his character, just because I hated that movie so much. It was the
big
worst.
flop.
It was the worst of the Rockies. Thunderlips.
That was
Really?
his name.
Pretty sure.
Ew.
I'm pretty sure they called him Thunderlips.
Well, that's bad on
What does that
Stallone.
even mean?
Yeah.
Thunderlips.
To all my love slaves out there, Thunderlips is here. In the flesh, baby. The ultimate male versus the ultimate meatball.
I forgot just how fucking big this man was. Like when I was looking, I saw an SNL skit where Hulk Hogan was out with Mr. T, and I couldn't believe how much bigger Hulk Hogan was to Mr. T. I looked it up. He was 6'7".
Mr. T.
Yeah.
More like low T.
Come on, we got him on our set and everything.
You
Don't
can't
say
even
that.
tell.
Presence.
Right back, right there. Can't see my fingers in the shadows, but that's a Mr. T magazine cover back there.
So let me ask you, when you look at the man and you had to guess his ethnicity, what do you think he would be?
Hogan?
Yeah.
A Viking.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I thought. And then I'm like, hey, but what his last name? Bolea? And apparently it's either French or Italian. And I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense.
He does not look either.
I know. And those are both like kind of smaller stature people. But then I was thinking about, we've been geeking out on all this like Viking history stuff. And I was like, maybe there was a settlement in France or Italy of the Vikings. And sure enough, remember we watched that one documentary. I fell asleep, but it was about Rollo, the Viking king that like went out and he settled this area of France. And those are the Normans. He has to be from that genetic line.
That's our thing now. We go to bed at night. We have a TV in our bedroom. And when we're like, okay, it's time to fall asleep, we purposely put on some boring documentary that we know we won't actually pay attention to.
I mean, it's interesting, but it still puts us to
I
sleep.
missed everything you just said about Rollo. I remember it started off, the documentary's like, we're going to discuss Rollo, the greatest Viking king in history. And I was like...
Anyways, how huge were the frickin' toys and the merch during the peak of Hulkamania or Hulkamania?
Again, I had a lot of friends that had these toys. I never had any of these. I never felt interested in a WrestleMania toy. It just didn't interest me.
My brothers, they had like the big like actual ring with the ropes and all the wrestlers. And
I had, you know what I had? Closest thing to that, I had a Stretch Armstrong.
oh,
Do you guys remember that?
The original Stretch Armstrong.
This weird dude, and you could just stretch his body.
He was all muscly.
My favorite thing to do was to mush his face, because you'd make him look bored, like basically mentally R word. You just take your hand and just mush it into his face, and then I'd be like, look at him. That's all I did with my stretch.
well, the Hulk's
That's it.
career was pretty interesting. Apparently, he got fired by the first, like the elder Vince McMahon because he wanted to be in Rocky 3.
See, the elder Vince McMahon was obviously a visionary because he knew how bad that movie was gonna be.
Yeah, maybe.
He's like, you're my crown jewel. I can't let you go be in this horrible movie. You're gonna ruin the image that I've built. And he was right.
Basically, Hulk was constantly beefing with people. Like he had beefs apparently with Andre the Giant.
Like legitimately, not just
yeah.
part of the fake
No
soap opera they had going on.
Yeah, I think Hulk became a little like softer later in life because when I was watching the Rogan interview, he talked about
That's why these guys need to be taking Cialis.
Oh, that makes them friendlier to each other.
No, less soft.
Oh,
Sorry. He said he got softer later in life, and I'm like, ooh,
that's bad.
there's a joke there. I'm gonna jump on that.
He didn't get so soft that he could work things out with his daughter, which is quite a tragedy.
Why would he need to be hard to work things out with his daughter?
He needed to be softer.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'm still on. We're not on the same page here. There's this famous fight where Hulk Hogan picked up Andre the Giant and body slammed him,
Yeah.
and he was like the only person that ever did
could
that.
ever do that. Some of the real life feuds that were known was apparently Bret Hart had a big problem with him.
The Canadian women are prettier. Our sports are tougher. Our beer tastes better.
Apparently he had something going on with the Ultimate Warrior that included like lawsuits. Then there's the whole Jesse Ventura thing because Jesse was trying to bring in a union.
Weird. Mm-hmm. Why? Why wouldn't you want your
Yeah, exactly.
fellow wrestlers to have a union?
Exactly. Other than you're like a big fucking suck up and you just don't want anyone else to make as much money as you do. Like that's pretty douchey.
So he was selfish.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we can take from that.
When we get into the whole sex tape and the controversy around that and the racist things that he said, I think that's why it was so extra scandalous when all of this came out, because he was always packaged as this like family man. Remember that movie, Mr. Nanny?
Nope, never saw it.
I feel like it looks kind of familiar, but I don't.
When I was a kid, my favorite thing in the world to do was to go rent movies. My mom would give me like $10 and say, "Go get yourself a couple of movies," and I'd walk through the rental place and
good old days.
I would look exclusively for Van Damme movies. I'm sure I saw Mr. Nanny with Hulk, and I walked right by it.
Yeah.
Never gave a shit.
I never watched this either, but there was that reality TV show kind of later in his life when his daughter Brooke was growing up and blossoming into a young woman. Basically, the whole premise of that reality TV show, Hogan Knows Best, is that he was like super kind of like creepy and possessive, overprotective of Brooke and the attention she was getting while she was trying to start this like music, I think,
Times have
modeling
changed.
career. Yeah.
Times have changed. Our daughter, she watches Jordan Matter on YouTube.
Salish.
With so this creepy dude, that's the dad. He started the YouTube channel,
and they're huge,
and he's got
rich.
this daughter who's a teenager now, and they
Barely.
started making videos when she was young and cute, and they do these fun, cutesy
Challenges,
family
day in the
friendly
life.
videos, and now she's like 16 years old, and every single video they post on YouTube is dating.
Yeah, who's gonna date my daughter?
Salish is gonna date one of these 30 dudes. And the dad's just there like, yeah, all right, look at all these guys that want to fuck my daughter. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
True. Yeah. Very weird.
He's like a pimp.
Yeah. And it's like,
He's pimping his daughter out for YouTube views.
One of these guys has a secret crush on my daughter Salish, and today I have to figure out who it is.
Those were the videos that probably had the highest ranking. It's made them the most money. So now they're just like all in on her dating life. It is very creepy.
The dad comes on. He's like, all right, hey, everybody. Okay, so in today's video, we've got 30 guys lined up. Which one of them is going to f*** my daughter? Stay tuned.
Yep. I was reading quickly. I was like, I wonder what Hulk Hogan was like worth in his lifetime. Apparently he blew through like hundreds of millions of dollars, and he lost almost everything when him and his wife Linda divorced. So that was all actually like post-reality TV show, of course. The daughter Brooke, now right up until Hulk died, she had basically gone no contact with both of her parents, accusing them now of like being very verbally and mentally abusive, sometimes physically abusive. So it sounds like it was quite the messed up family dynamic. The sex tape, if we just want to get into it.
Let's get into it.
Because it's going to lead more into Brooke's, there's actually a connection to Brooke's dating life, as creepy as that sounds.
To her dad's sex tape?
Yes.
There's a connection?
Yes.
All right, you've hooked me.
Yep.
I remember hearing about it. I never looked it up.
Yeah, no interest.
I wasn't like, oh, I got to see that. No.
Exactly. I'll just show you a few seconds of this just to refresh people's memories, since it happened quite a long time ago.
Bobby.
Yeah, right. Oh, breath. Oh, no, thank you.
I'm out.
Geez.
Thank you.
Okay, so this scandal happened in 2015. There was a leaked sex tape of Hulk Hogan that came out where he apparently was on camera. It seemed like a hidden camera, like he didn't know about it, and he hooked up with his best friend's wife. Best friend was in on it too, by the way. When I first heard this, I kind of assumed maybe they had a thing going on. No, husband obviously encouraged it, and probably, I couldn't figure this out directly through my research, but I'm sure he's the one that recorded it.
That's fucking weird, man.
Yeah. So creepy. So when it came out, it wasn't even the sex tape itself that was the most scandalous. It was some audio associated with it that caused the biggest uproar. So they figured that this...
Of course. No one even gave a shit about the sex.
Yeah.
They're like, look at that big fucking sweaty guy. Who cares? But did you hear what he said?
Yes, exactly.
Oh my God.
Exactly. So this ended up leading to the WWE cutting ties with Hulk. He had to later be reinstated into the Hall of Fame. He was even removed from there for a while.
Let's just get this right.
Yeah.
The first quote is, I'm getting ready to cut some serious bait.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Brooke, my daughter Brooke, she jumped sides on me. And this is in the sex tape?
Yes, him like having a heart-to-heart with his best friend's wife.
Weird.
Mm-hmm. And I think...
By jumped sides, you mean like races?
What we learn later is that he had been funding his daughter Brooke's career, trying to make it as a musician.
Okay.
And at a certain point, even though he had already invested a few million into her career, Brooke was being told by some other bigger producer that he was going to give her like 500 million or something. And she started seeing this man's son, who is black.
So when he said, that's what I was trying to get at. When he says she jumped sides on me.
Yeah.
He means like she went from white to black. No, she went to the black.
Yeah. And just include some financial stuff in there too, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, so I think he wanted to get rich off of his daughter's career, and she wanted to move on and
you got she's no Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
Billy Ray had one hit song, and then his daughter becomes this absolute phenom.
Mm-hmm. True.
Here we go.
I've been trying to tell her I've done everything fucking with day and day and night on the radio like a jackass, and he's working with me to make it work, because I really shouldn't call her every day and do the shit I do. The soft started this black billionaire guy, Cecil. I basically did more for her a year than anybody's done. Okay, he had one song, and after 10 months, this shit went back up and back and back and back. I try to be the realist, and this is your option. The other option. Said you can get signed with fucking we're doing the best we can here. So it gets to the point where I don't know if Brooke was fucking the black guy's son, or they've been hanging out, I caught them holding hands together on the tour, they were getting close. I knew more, I don't give a fuck, okay? I'm not a double standard type guy, I'm a racist to a point. Yeah. You know, fucking weird. But then when it comes to nice people, you know, I mean, we all are that way. Yeah, but when it comes to nice people, you can't say, I don't give a fuck shit, I don't care fucking football, fucking basketball player, to have a game. If we're gonna fuck with vendors, let's get a rich one. And this kid is a multi-billionaire, but the thing is, now they start doing these nasty emails, so some of them arrive at a relationship. And so now Brooke doesn't want to talk to anybody.
So, anyway, want to fuck now?
Yeah.
Like, this is what
was that before or after, I wonder?
So
Did
he
that
shows
put her
up
in the mood?
He shows up to fuck some guy's wife.
Yeah.
And he just turns it into a therapy session.
Mm-hmm.
Did he her before that or after that?
That's what I'd like to know. I don't know. It's like maybe.
Anyway, let's fuck now. Holy shit, I'm out of breath. Maybe that's why he was out of breath.
Mm-hmm.
He just rambled for 45 minutes about his daughter. Mm-hmm. Then fucked this guy's wife for 30 seconds and left.
Yeah, and it ruined lives. I mean, he ended up suing Gawker, who released this. Hogan was actually awarded $146 million, and the company basically doesn't even have that much anymore because they were going to go under regardless because of this. Of course, Hogan was physically crying in court and talking about how devastating this was, that it was personal. They ended up settling, I think, for $31 million because instead of drawing it out, it was something that they both agreed to.
If only he was familiar with the phrase locker room talk.
Yeah.
He could have just called it locker room talk and then it would have all went away. Mm-hmm. Just, yeah, that was just locker room talk. That's how we talk.
Yep. Yeah, so Brooke Hogan, she ended up cutting herself off from both of her parents, although reportedly there were some phone calls and there were some efforts on her part to reconcile with her dad. Apparently he wasn't interested.
There's no details as to why she cut things off with her parents. I mean, you can understand why the dad, but why mom?
You don't even care! You go home and have a cocktail! My life is a misery!
Because she claims that she grew up in a very abusive household and that both of her parents were very verbally and mentally and sometimes even physically abusive.
I don't know. Sounds like a spoiled kid to me.
Did you like the outfit that I had on in my bathroom?
That looked great, as long as your stomach's not full of Burger King.
Then Hogan immediately chides Brooke for eating a cookie.
1 leads to 2, 2 lead to 3, and 3 lead to 4, and then you got a big back door.
Brooke claimed that her mom and her dad were both abusive, and so she had to distance herself from them.
But there's no details?
I really liked how her husband, former NHLer Steve Olesky, he released a statement, I think just yesterday, saying that, I believe my wife upheld her dad's best interests even after his death, mustering up all the courage and kindness she could despite still being very hurt. That money does not represent accomplishments in the ring, so this is about how Brooke made the decision to cut herself out of her dad's will, kind of like making a statement.
Yeah, but I want to know why.
I think
there's no
details? Connect the dots, I feel like on top of the abuse she feels she suffered at the expense of her parents, she probably feels like she should have been entitled to some of that lawsuit money. She didn't get it. She didn't get any. Okay. And it was all about her. And she was trying to make something of herself, try to have a music career, a modeling career. She had her own reality TV show at one point after Hogan Knows Best went under. There were so many negative comments that were slung at her because of her dad and his reputation. I think if you pay attention to what's being given out and the fact that she made a statement by removing herself from the will, I think there was hard feelings about the money as well. So if you listen to
I'm just going to play the devil's advocate here. So what you're saying is that she felt that her music career and her reality TV show and all these other side projects she had were hurt by this sex tape and what her dad said.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. She never would have had any of that shit if her parents weren't famous in the first place.
That's true.
I'm not trying to be a dick. Mm-hmm. From what I can tell anyway, she's not that interesting of a person that the world was going to flock to her and say, oh my God, you need to be the next big thing. Let's give you a music career. Let's put you on TV. Like, I'm sorry.
Again, why did I mention what the premise of that show was about? Was her dad being like creepily obsessed with her sex life.
You just have to protect Brooke more from herself because sometimes girls need to be helped a little bit more with their choices.
I'm so sick and tired of nepotism in Hollywood. Just these people with very little talent, uninteresting, being given these huge opportunities just because of who their parents are.
Yeah, fair enough. But Hulk Hogan was also using her to stay relevant. Like his career was over. And because he had a beautiful daughter, she became like the star of this reality TV show, Hogan Knows Best. So they were actually exploiting her and using her. Do you think anyone gave a shit about the ugly son? Like, who ended up like involved in his own like lawsuits and controversies with some car accident? Like she was being exploited as well by her parents. And what did daddy do? He got pissed off when she started trying to spread her wings and do something with some other people, especially people that, you know.
Yeah. No, I get
Hogan
that. So, yeah. So I hear what you're saying. So from dad's point of view, she was a pawn in his career.
Yeah.
And so as soon as she developed a mind of her own and said, I want to go do this and this and this, and it didn't match what he wanted.
Exactly.
Then he suddenly had a problem with it. So yeah, I get that.
Exactly. And there was even apparently, like, again, I'll just read what her husband said. I thought he worded it very nicely. So again, this was about her deciding to remove herself from the will, because obviously, like, you have to have a lot of pride to just walk away from that, especially if you're feeling that you should have been entitled to some of that 31 million
feel
anyways.
Like before you move ahead with the husband's quote, I just want to qualify my opinion here about nepotism. I'm just so sick and tired of these Hollywood elites trying to push their kids on us. Like the Smiths, for example. Both of their children, his daughter and his son. First, he tries to give his daughter a music career. And the best they can come up with is that whip song where she whips her fucking head around. And then he puts his son in a couple of movies. Where do we draw the line?
Yeah, it's true.
If you have talent, you deserve to be given opportunities. But why, just because your parents were these important people, are we supposed to, as the common folk, gather around and celebrate? But maybe
you need to blame the common folk a little bit too, because they're the ones that are interested enough in these kids that they're giving that attention. They're the ones
not going to these movies. Nobody gave a shit about Will Smith's kids, and yet he still keeps pushing them on us.
I read the other day that the son, I think, is it Jaden, the son, that apparently he started a food truck in LA where he gives free food to the homeless.
Well, there you go. That's about what he should be doing. I watched the last movie he did. What was it? It was some movie where he crash landed on Earth. But it was like hundreds of thousands of years into the future or something.
What do you think you should have done?
You're wrong! I'm not a coward! You're the coward! I'm not a coward!
Stupid.
I get why you gave it a chance, because you're the
I like sci-fi.
guy.
I like sci-fi. And I'm like, okay. And his dad was in it. And I've always not had a problem with Will Smith up until he
slapped Chris Rock.
The big slap. I was like, ooh, I don't know about that, but
see you a little differently now.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? Oh, wow. It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
I'm going to, okay? Okay.
Okay, so
Anyways,
back to the husband's quote.
That money does not represent accomplishments in the ring. The majority of it came at the expense of my wife's dignity. It was built on hurtful comments about her and her past relationship, which caused pain not only to her, but to many other families.
Well said by his publicist, PR person.
Yeah.
If you listen to most athletes talk, there's no way they speak like that.
Yeah, so true. But so that's the thing. That 31 million, I think that was pretty much all Hogan had left. He lost a ton in his divorce from his wife. I think Brooke probably was owed some of that money. And I'm not even saying that the money was a part of it. I'm sure there were a lot of things to consider, but there was some creepy stuff going on with that Hogan Knows Best. That's all I'll say.
Okay. And I'll just say, I don't care for these famous people pushing their kids on us. I'm sick and tired of it.
I'm just trying to live, but you're round up in my grill. 'Cause I gotta breathe with the media staring.
Say something, brother.
Yeah.
Brother.
Heather and Bubba were saying how cool this was.
Right.
No problem, no problem. This, and you know, Bubba was saying it's cool. Honestly, Heather was relentless. I want to see your thing. I want to F you.
Right.
On and on and on. I mean,
right. But I don't
see him, or when I'd be on the phone with Bubba, she'd grab the phone. And so, you know, I feel like an idiot. And like I said, this,
You got weird
just
friends,
what they've
man.
shown has totally devastated, and I can't even begin to tell you how bad.
I want to see your thing.
It's totally destroyed my world.
Let's just walk through a scenario here. You're on the phone with your best friend, Bubba. Hey, Bubba, how's it going? Oh, cool. What are you doing today? Nothing. Just hit 9 holes at the golf course. You know, whatever. Had a couple drinks. Oh, shit. Here's my wife. Just a second.
Hey, I want to see your thing. I want to see your thing right now. Okay, here's my husband back.
Hey, Bubba. How's it going?
Well,
Like,
now we
really?
just have to show everybody what these two look like.
So that's Bubba.
Now it's Bubba and Heather.
And he
Ooh.
has his own name on his
Oh,
shirt.
him too? Why?
I've never printed my name on a shirt before.
What are you doing
And
wrong?
then asked Hulk Hogan to you know what my wife. Are you kidding me?
You're not living the dream like these people.
She's living the dream,
Yeah,
apparently.
and she's the one. Did you hear in that tape when he's talking like, I'm racist to a point? We're all like that a little.
Everybody's racist.
Maybe
Yeah.
there's some truth to that. I don't know.
To me, this is the thing about Hulk that I feel like he's had this way, even though he's a total moron. He's captivated people's hearts. And I think it's his eyes. And when he's got like the alligator tears, it's, you know, it's hard to separate like the asshole things about him to not being like, but he's the Hulk with these big, beautiful, expressive blue eyes. I don't know what you think, but
No, I don't see it.
Could we stop for a second?
Terry Bollea, the man behind the once indestructible Hulkster, letting his guard down.
Out of everything that I've been through, this one hit me probably the hardest, and that's a heck of a thing to say. I was at the lowest point of my life. My personal life was destroyed.
Everybody knows when you're at a low, you're allowed to use the N-word. That's
Let me get out of jail free
that's
card.
one of those like universal rules in life.
Yeah.
At my daughter, I was upset over a situation that happened between her and her boyfriend, and I had no idea I was being taped. I was
And again, another rule. If you don't know you're being taped, you're allowed, like, come on. You can say whatever you want.
31
I
mil.
want to kill myself. I sat in my bathroom by myself when
He talked
my
about this on
ex-wife
Joe
was gone
Rogan
and the
too.
kids were gone, and I was completely broken and destroyed. And I said, what's the easiest way out of this? I mean, I was lost.
You were suicidal.
Yes, I was. Father's Day card for Brooke?
A stark contrast from the Hulk, whose upbeat and tight-knit family was portrayed over 4 seasons of the reality show Hogan Knows Best, where he was overprotective of his only daughter, Brooke.
I mean, I'm almost 18 and I haven't even had a boyfriend yet.
Well, that's good. That's what I wanted.
But according to the National Enquirer, he refers to his daughter's then-boyfriend using the N-word.
Do you have any personal preference who ethnically your daughter dates?
No, I don't. Actually, the guy my daughter was dating, I liked him a lot. I'd known him for quite a while. And I was very mad at...
I don't believe any of this. Sorry.
See what I mean about the
personal
eyes, though?
situation that happened with my daughter.
Are you a racist?
No, I'm not. I'm not a racist. I never should have
Just a
said what I said.
sociopath.
It was wrong. I'm embarrassed by it. And where I grew up was South Tampa, Port Tampa. And it was a really rough neighborhood, very low income. And all my friends, we greeted each other saying that word. We teased each other with that.
We live in Alberta, so we do understand what he's saying right now.
The word was just thrown around like it was nothing.
Is it fair to say that you inherited a racial bias?
I would say that is very fair. But you can break the cycle.
And that's what everybody needs to know. You can
Some
break
good
this
crisis
cycle
counseling
and
he was
become a
getting.
better person, become who you're meant to be.
I would have just said, no, it's just the word.
Yeah.
Your image, your likeness, your name.
I'm sorry. I gotta stop. I keep stopping it. But when did this happen? He was in his 60s?
Probably, yeah.
I think by the time you're in your 60s, your wrestling career should be over anyways. If you didn't blow all your money.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He should have been retired and enjoying life.
Yeah.
The fact that he still had to even be working in the first place.
True.
It's insane.
Erased.
Yeah, like I'd never existed.
That had to hurt.
Oh my gosh, it was devastating. It destroyed me. I mean, I don't know how to say it other than that. It was my whole life.
Many industry bigwigs have come to his defense. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson states,
It's not the
I've
best
known
photo.
Terry for a lot of years. I had not known the man to be racist. George Foreman says, I do not condone the language he used, but he is no racist. He is a good guy. Even Hogan's daughter, Brooke, chimes in.
Your daughter posted a beautiful poem on Facebook.
Before she had all the details.
If you knew the dad I knew, you'd know he raised me well. He taught me folks are so much more than shades could ever tell.
I like him.
Yeah. And if anybody
He's a softie.
should have disowned me, it should have been her.
But instead...
And she did. She did, didn't
But
she?
he ended up disowning her too.
What?
She and her husband moved to Florida to be closer to him after they had their twins because she was hoping to reconcile. But every time they talked, it ended up very hurtful. And then she ended up feeling very hurt that he seemed to have no interest in meeting his grandchildren. So it's a complicated
But they're white, right?
situation.
Are they white?
They are.
So he should love them.
But when you're a selfish narcissist and it's all about you, that's an inconvenience. So here we are again, seeing this very sweet side of Hulk Hogan. And, you know, those eyes, they're like, they draw you in and you have all this sympathy for him. But we cannot overlook that this is also part of this guy's legacy.
Enough was enough! And I said, let Trumpamania run wild, brother! Let Trumpamania rule again! Let Trumpamania make America great again!
Oh, no.
Oh, he blew him a kiss?
Oh.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
I have never seen Trump kiss the air like that at anybody before. That was weird. Yikes.
Trump! You just had to make it in this episode, you narcissistic fuck.
To stay away.
Get out of our videos, man. You're ruining us.
This made me laugh. It's in the Black People Comedy subreddit, and it says, somewhere Hulk Hogan is looking up at us.
I love it when your hoes take it to the floor, baby, bounce, bigger bounce, huh? It's on you, shout it, you can twerk it, start if you want.
Looking up at us? Get it?
I get it. He's in hell where he belongs.
Oh, so what do you think? Is he a
You want
POS?
me to be honest right now?
I'd like to know your opinion. You did go to a Catholic school, after all.
No, that doesn't make I was the worst student that school ever had. I didn't believe any of it. Okay, let's be real here. Let's be real. I think there's I could get myself in trouble. I was gonna say, I don't know, does using that word make you a racist? Because to me, being a racist means that you inherently believe that there's a genetic superiority between your genes and someone else's. Do I think that Hulk Hogan really believed that white people were superior to black? I don't know. Do I think that maybe he just used the N-word as a derogatory term?
Somebody he was mad at?
Yeah.
Or something he was mad about?
You know what I mean? I think he was just trying to be derogatory or insulting in that moment. So he used the word, which obviously is in poor taste. Does that necessarily mean that he's a racist? I don't know. Then you had Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson come back and say, I've known him for years. I don't think he's a racist.
George Foreman.
And then George Foreman came forward and said the same thing. So I don't know. If I had to go with my gut, I would say He used the word. Obviously, that's bad. Do I think that he's like an actual
Yeah, like think about all the
racist?
other things now beyond just the racism and the way he treated his daughter and his family, the whole wrestlers union thing and the whole mega thing. I'm leaning towards piece of shit.
Well, I'll say this. As a kid, I didn't care much for Hulk Hogan, so we'll call him, he's a piece of shit.
It's official.
When they took a shot at my hero and they tried to kill the next president of the United States, enough was enough. And I said, let Trumpamania run wild, brother. Let Trumpamania rule again. Let Trumpamania make America great again.